Taking a live look outside from the Mission Ridge camera, sunny skies and boy, pleasant conditions. And of course, Cedric, we're coming off of like a cool weekend too. But more changes are on the way later this week.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of the roller coaster ride that continues out there, Latrice, as we continue with this spring season, or we get more and more into spring season now. We're starting to see those ups and down changes quite a bit. Let's take a look outside now. Lots of blue skies showing up across the area. Fairly low humidity in place as well, so fairly comfortable if you're going to be out and about over the next several hours. Now, again, it is a little on the cool side, so it's 51 degrees currently in downtown. Dew point, look at that dry air that's in place, 21. That is some very dry air in place across the area, more winter-like in terms of spring-like when it comes to the moisture level. So we need to get that up a little bit. Otherwise, that creates some dangers, including that enhanced fire danger out there. Right now, we're at 48 degrees in Athens, 46 in Dayton, 53 in Murphy, 48 degrees in Blue Ridge, 51 in Chattanooga, but 52 degrees in Dalton. And our warm spot right now, Fort Payne, sitting at 54 degrees. Overall, as we look at the regional temperatures, you can see on the eastern side of this high pressure, we get that northerly flow that ushers in that cooler air. So that's why we're kind of in that slightly cooler air mass across the area as of now. But you see that red line off to the west, that's a warm front that's lifting to the north, and it's opening the door to more warm and yes, more humid air that will eventually start to build in over the next 24 hours or so. But let's take advantage of this afternoon if you're going to be out and about with any afternoon plans. Plenty of sunshine showing up out there. We've got a light northerly wind. We'll see these temperatures again climbing from the 50s. I do think we'll top out into the lower 60s in most spots, but it's going to be a struggle to get there again with some of that cooler air still trying to flow in with the northerly wind. But still, should be an overall fairly nice and comfortable day for any of your outdoor activities that you may have across the region. Now, as we look at the big picture, you'll be able to see that high pressure again ushering in the pleasant northerly flow across the area, and we're going to be dealing with those pleasant conditions over the next 12 to 18 hours or so. But off to our west, we've got a warming wind out of the south, so not only are temperatures warming up behind this warm front, but we're also starting to pull up some moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. Now, that's going to be key because that's just ahead of our next storm system that's developing now and moving into the southwestern half of the country across California. They're seeing some heavy rain, some rumbles of thunder around Los Angeles today, over towards Santa Barbara. So very unusual area there. Whenever you see that heavier rain there down towards Southern California, you know you're dealing with a more dynamic storm system, and this will be pulling out and making its way off towards the east across the Central Plains as we go into your Tuesday. And by Wednesday, this system will spread across the Mississippi Valley into the southeast. And that's where the threat of severe weather will begin to develop. Now, you probably look at this map and start thinking deja vu from what we had just last week. Same areas that had the greatest risk of severe weather, again, seeing that greatest risk of severe weather. But again, we have a level 1 out of 5 risk again, because as these thunderstorms will be moving our way, it will be more in terms of the nighttime, so that will cause that to happen. Now, one thing that's going to be different with this that we're going to have is the upper level wind energy. So this is the jet stream, the wind above us here. And whenever you see these brighter colors here, that indicates some very strong winds aloft or upstairs in the atmosphere. And notice those winds. One other thing to note, winds coming in out of the south, very strong Wednesday evening, winds trying to come in out of the south and west. So that organizes usually a line of thunderstorms, and that's what we're going to be tracking as that moves through Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. And we could bring some of those winds down to the surface thanks to the thunderstorms. So here's that line of storms approaching as we go towards your Wednesday evening. Notice most of Wednesday will be dry. It will be windy and warm, but it will be dry for the most part. It's overnight Wednesday into Thursday when that line of storms moves through, and that may help to, again, reduce that risk of severe weather across the area. But of course, we'll be following that for you closely as we get towards that time frame there. So again, that threat that you'll need to watch out for will be Wednesday night heading into Thursday. Of course, we'll have much more on this and more on your Storm Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Latrice.